In today's video, we unbox the new edition of Run, Fight, or Die, the reloaded edition from Gray Fox Games. I have here the base game plus its 5 to 6 player expansion. Let's go ahead and take a look at what we have on the inside. And of course, it gives us our gaming content, a little description of what the setup might look like, and then just a little fluff of what the game is. Very nice. And it is in a nice sturdy box, so that is very nice to see. The one thing that's going to be interested to see is the miniature count. I believe there are some 70 miniatures within here, so they are probably going to be pretty small. Let's go ahead and take a look, see what we have. And there is the game. So of course, right off we have the rule book, and that is nice, a little QR code so you can see a video version for the rules. And then we have the contents. Again, always useful in games so we can verify that we have everything in the box. Then setup and what it should look like. And again, this is one of those more interesting ones where each player kind of has their own area, their own play setup that the zombies are coming down at you, not one group play mat. So we'll take a look at that. And then the end conditions. Oh, and I don't know if y'all just noticed that, just me flipping the page. I accidentally just punched one of the tokens under here. That just goes to show how easily they do punch. Always something that I am looking forward to. And then here is the solo campaign. One of the things that I'm most interested in the games. So you have the solo missions and the setup for that. Very cool. And then the missions, I believe there are 3 of them. Four. That's right. And then the variants. So you can make it more difficult, and it says what to do to change that. Again, a very nice addition to add for replay value. There was no index or glossary or anything like that, but with these rules, they are so basic. I don't think it's as necessary in this rule book, but again, it is one of the things that I always notice, because I do love to see a glossary or an index when I'm usually looking for rules. So now let's go ahead and take a look at the tokens. And again, as you can see, that one just popped right there like nothing. Very nice. And no real burrs on that. No damage when it did pop. And then here we have the token for the boss. But here with this Kickstarter edition, we do have a miniature for him. We can go ahead and take a look at that right now, since he is right there. We just looked at his token. So that is cool. And he is really nice. He's got a lot of good texture on him. Lots of good here. You can see all of his little fingers. Of course, he is fairly large, so you would expect it. Nice stop signs. And for his face, you You can even see inside of the mouth. Very nice. And then, oh, yeah, a little sneak peek. Yeah, look at all those little guys. And then, what areas? Yep, see, even that one popped nicely. Very nice. Okay, so then we have our player zone boards. Now, I don't know if you have noticed, but we do have a problem here on the player boards. 1, 2, 3. That's actually wrong. It should be 3, 2, 1. And they have provided a sticker sheet for you to place on top of the 1 with the 3 and so forth and so on, so you can redo these correctly. However, they also sent out for both the base and the expansion replacement boards with the correct order, 3, 2, 1, on the boards. The only thing they asked was a $3 shipping. I had no problem with that. So it was nice. So now, in a sense, I mean, except for having, not really having enough characters, but I got lots of extra play mats. So that is very cool. But so they did do that. They did notice that error, corrected it within the game, but then allowed you to come back and get, you know, the 100% boards. So I haven't decided what I'm going to do. I might leave them separate. I might try to see if I can create now a variant of, you know, the different zones and maybe starting in different ways or something. It might be interesting to see if we can't play with that and see if we can't come with different kind of scenarios or something to take advantage of that. There we go. And then we have the dice for the game. I believe this one is a Kickstarter add-on die. And then the base die. Fit him in his little slot. And then the others. These are going to be all the same. Let's take a look at one of these. Because they are a unique die for the game, not just standard D6. Always like to see that add-on. Then we have our character boards, and we have the information for the characters on the back. Two, three, four. So you can see there's lots of extra characters. They might be able to cheat and get a 7/8 version going. I don't know. And then some baggies to put everything in. It's always nice when they give you baggies for the tokens. And now the cards. And let's see, mutant cards and some loot cards. Same. I don't know. those and the one that got away. Next set of cards. Let's see. Yeah, just the back. Mission. And then your mission cards. Very nice. And then just to make sure, here, yeah, the backs of those other ones that we first looked at. And then just the info card, buy cash. Very nice. Next set. And another info card. These are always really nice to be able to keep on hand. And our locations. Die result, another info card. Screaming cheerleader, gotta love it. Gotta love the art and the little subtle gags on all of these cards. Angry waitress. Heroic dog. Very cool. And now some extras. I believe these are some of the Kickstarter add-ons. And the Kickstarter added locations. Locations and people. And then, of course, another extra rolls card. That's great. And finally into all of the little zombies. Go ahead. There we go. Just dump them out. Now these guys might benefit if you were to do maybe a quick paint job on these. Army Painter has a dip wash, so I could see maybe doing a real quick paint job on these guys. And I believe that's all. I think they're just the 2 sculpts, if I remember right. Yeah. So once again, those are our 2 people. Now let's go ahead and take a look at, there you go, those tokens that popped, at the expansion. For the 5th player. And again, we got some more of those miniatures, same ones, but again, since you are playing with extra people, you'll need extra zombies to come and attack. So we have 2 new player types. Very cool. And then of course the same board. Everybody has the same board. And then again, with the replacements, they set the 4 because you could have just gotten the ones for the base, and then they had where you could also, you know, get the 2-player expansion add-on done. So that is that. All the extras that is needed for the 5-6 player. And there we have it. Run, Fight, or Die with its 5 to 6 player expansion. Very cool. I hope you enjoyed. I hope it helped you to decide if this is a game that you would be interested in getting. It is different than your normal, than some of the other zombie games out there. And being that it is their 2nd time around with this game, basically like a version 2.0, the reloaded version, they have been able to flush out some of the rules and you know, and improve on some of the mechanics in the game. So it is it's a nice little game. Again, I hope it helped you to determine if this is something that you would be interested in, and something you would be looking to pick up for yourself. I don't know if we went over, but it is the ages 14 plus, because it does have that horror zombie theme going on. 1 to 4 players, always, which we saw in the rule book for that solo scenarios and setup, with an average run time of 30 to 45 minutes. There it is. Run, Fight, or Die Reloaded. Hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you next time. Bye.